Today on Titan Sports Network, we welcome two head coaches into the studio to talk about their next road to the postseason. We take a dive into women's water polo's second year.
And track and field's road to a potential four-peat championship. All this and more on ESPN+.
At the start of their season, Cal State Fullerton's preview shows will feature every team in Titan athletics.
This show was designed and curated by broadcast students and student athletes at Cal State Fullerton to showcase the preparation and undertaking that Titan athletes commit to.
Anecdotes, accomplishments, and other special attributes are highlighted, as well as it all starts right here on ESPN+. Hello and welcome to the Titan Sports Network Spring Preview Show. I'm your host, Marissa Lavazari, joined by Fullerton men's golf player, Tegan Andrews. Tegan, welcome to the studio. How does it feel to trade in those clubs for a seat at the table today?
Going from reading greens to reading teleprompters is definitely different, but it's an honor to be here. I'm excited to highlight some of the players and coaches and teams that we have here at this school playing in spring sports.
Well, it could not be more fitting to have one of our student athletes here at the desk to talk all things Titans athletics with me. As the spring season approaches, our athletes are eager to bring home another Big West championship to Cal State Fullerton. In 2003, Titans baseball qualified for the College World Series with one of the most talented recruiting classes, but fell short after a disappointing loss to Stanford in the postseason. What was thought to be a rebuilding year in 2004 turned out to be the complete opposite. Former Titans head coach George Horton sat down with Mario Leo Verdugo to tell us about the 2004 championship run.
Cal State Fullerton from the Big West qualified for the College World Series for the 12th time.
It's 2003, and the Titans, led by coach George Horton, are walking into the College World Series in Omaha with arguably one of their best recruiting classes ever. However, injuries to key players like Justin Turner and star pitcher Jason Windsor hinder a team who will lose to Stanford a game prior to the championship game.
And the Stanford Cardinals will play for the NCAA.
Devastated, the Titans wouldn't let this loss demolish their morale, coming hungrier for next season. Hunger that would later become a double-edged sword.
That group in '03 was really hungry. So we were at the heightened state of emotion and combative. And then every single technique or process that we chose was the opposite away of what this group of athletes needed.
Pointing fingers at each other, the Titans will have a tough start to the regular season, going into conference play with a 15-16 record. In dire need of help, it was an unexpected character who will help Horton steer the ship in the right direction. Sports psychologist Dr. Ken Rabiza visited Horton's office with nothing but the right words to succeed.
Hey, George, how's it going? He asked me a simple question. He goes, is there anything that you're doing well? And I had to think about it. And I said, yeah, we're playing pretty good defense. And his typical answer, beautiful, that's something to build on.
Thanks to Rabiza's one pitch at a time motto, the Titans took the Big West by storm, finishing league play 19-2, earning themselves a ticket to the postseason. With good momentum on their side, the Titans swept both regionals, making their way to Omaha one more time and a chance of a national title.
In '01, we came up short, and then again in '03, and we wanted to get it right this time.
One pitch at a time, the Titans kept their hot streak alive. Thanks to massive performances by Jason Windsor and Ricky Romero, Fullerton fought their way to their championship series, where they will face a familiar foe in the University of Texas.
Texas coach Augie Garrido led Cal State Fullerton to national prominence during his tenure with the Titans. He spent 19 years at Cal State, posting 875 victories, 7 College World Series berths, and 3 national championships.
It almost lessened the pressure for me, if you could believe that, because of familiarity, right? I knew what he was going to do, so I was having fun.
16 home runs, 86 driven in for the season. Ripped through into left field. Suzuki with a hit. Here comes Hunter Harris with the throw to the plate. It's not.
Because it was control, and then it just happened.
Fastball to Morrall, hit in the air, just straightaway right, Andrews. Cal State Fullerton has done it. They've gone from 15 and 16 to champions of college baseball. And Cal State Fullerton has done what would have seemed impossible at the beginning of the year. They have won the College World Series, sweeping Texas.
Speaking of great Titan coaches, we are joined by an individual who put Cal State Fullerton baseball back in the postseason in just his second year as the head of the program in 2023. He graduated from Cal State Fullerton in 1999, served as pitching coach for the Titans for 4 years, and is now entering his third year as head coach. Jason Dietrich, coach, welcome to the studio. Before we get into the season, what has it been like for you returning to Goodwin Field these last 2 years?
Well, it's been great. It's been a great opportunity to come back. As you know, I was here from 2013, 2016. Came back in 2022. So it's been a lot of growing. It's been, like I said, there's a lot of things that we've learned, at least myself and the staff, in regards to the direction we'd like to go and continuously let the program get back to where it needs to be. So it's been fun and at times a little tough the first year, but last year obviously was a good moving forward for us. But this year, like I said, we're looking for positive things, but it might take a little time with the youth that we have and the experience we have, but we're excited for these guys. And
every year players do come and go. What returners and newcomers stand out to you so far this season?
Well, we did lose a lot of returners. We lost 6 of our 9 position players that have moved on, whether it be the MLB draft or just their senior year, and they were done. And then we lost in baseball, we have a Friday, Saturday starter and then a closer, so we lost some a lot of valuable experience, but with that being said, it's provided opportunity for the new guys and the returners that didn't play that much. So on the pitching side, we have some returners: Peyton Jones, Christian Rodriguez, Seth Tomzak, just to name a few. And then position player-wise, Maddox Lada is a returner, Jack Haley, Max Ortega. Those are just some of the guys I can think about right now that we're looking for, and there's numerous other guys that have done well in fall and leading up to our spring now. That we're excited to see. In regards to newcomers, we have a lot of them. I think we brought in like 22 new guys. So it's been a mixture of freshmen, JC transfers, and also some of the portal guys we've gotten. So there's a lot of guys there that, I don't want to name a couple, but there's a lot of guys that we're excited to see what they can do. And the spring's right around the corner, so we got to get after it.
And you talk about these returners who were with you last year when you guys made it to the Stanford Regionals. You did get eliminated there, but you opened this season at Stanford. What have you been telling this team in regards to preparing for that matchup again?
It's always been fun. For years, the Titans and Stanford have played each other. I think it's been like for 20 years. It's always been usually something they've done for, it's important. They respect us, we respect them. So it's been a fun matchup. We go up there this year, they come back here next year. So we had some good battles with them last year. They were really fun. They were a really good team. We got sent back up there. We had some confidence that we can play with them because, like I said, we didn't do well. We lost 2 out of 3 here, but it could have went a different route where we could have won 2 out of 3 when we played them last year. But going up there, we had confidence. We just didn't play at the level that's needed when you're in regional baseball. With that inexperience and not being in regional the last 3 years, might have caught up to a little bit. But that's the one thing that we're excited with the guys that are returning, that they know what it's like, they know what it takes. And so for us to continuously get to where we need to be, because this is a program not just wanting to get to regionals, we're wanting to compete for national championship. So it was a good step forward, but we still got a lot of work to do.
And making it to that next level is always the goal. This season you get to play at Angel Stadium, and you talk about this team is a mix of returners and newcomers, young talent. What does being able to play on a major league field mean to you and your players?
I think it's a great opportunity. I'm glad the people from the Angel organization reached out to us for us to get to play this one game there, and especially against UCLA. So we think that's going to be a great event. Obviously, it's always a good game when you play UCLA, but with both our fan bases, we think we're going to have a good crowd there, and that'll be fun for everyone and to go experience that. And then both teams and their players get to play in a MLB field is something that everyone dreams about. So maybe give our guys a little taste of what it's like to play at a major league stadium, and maybe that's more motivation for them to want to continuously work hard to chase their dreams and playing at the next level. So Yeah, we're excited. We can't wait for that. I think it's around Cinco de Mayo weekend, May 5th or something like that. So it'll be fun. We're looking forward to it.
And I want us to start talking postseason baseball now. Just earlier this year, it came out that Fullerton baseball will be hosting the Big West Championship tournament here next year. What did that mean to you when you got that news?
Well, that's in 2025, I think, is the first year we're starting that. The head coaches have gotten together. We were figuring out, we haven't had a conference tournament before. It's just whoever wins conference gets the automatic bid to the NCAAs, and then from there. So we figured, what's the best avenue for us to continuously try to put more than one Big West team inside the regionals, and that's what we came up with about a year ago. And now it's come to fruition where we have the opportunity to have this tournament. So gathered, it's us. I think Irvine and Long Beach, I think it's more central, allows for obviously the hotels, the area, for people to, I think we're going to look at a 5-team tournament. So it's not a low pressure, but it's the fun part of that. Hey, if we're not in the top 5, then unfortunately we're not going to be playing at our place, but that's motivation for us to compete at the top end of our conference, which we feel we should be at. And to have the opportunity to play here would be obviously a good home field advantage because we have great fans and a great community and support system. So we're excited for this new venture. Again, our goal is to have multiple teams from the Big West get in the tournament and put our best foot forward. And because like I said, we've had a lot of teams besides us that have gone to play in Omaha, and we'd like to get more of those teams to continuously do that for us.
And we just celebrated the anniversary of the 2004 championship team. What is your goal for this team and plan to get back to that championship mentality?
It was great. We had dinner with the Titans a couple weeks ago, and to celebrate the 2004 team was it was an awesome event to see a lot of the guys come back and to kind of just celebrate that moment 20 years ago. Obviously, your goals are to continuously compete for a national championship. That's what our goals are. So for us, it's just kind of take it day by day, stick with the process, get just a little bit better, at our game, at our mental game, all kinds of different facets to help us grow. So it's a lot of work, but that's the stuff that I know our guys are excited to do, our coaching staff's excited to do. So like I said, it's day to day, but our goal is to continuously move forward, especially with the team we have this year. Like I said, we have to be patient with them. We got to let them grow and figure things out. So that just takes a little bit of time and allows us to help them grow. So hopefully after our non-conference schedule, we'll be in a good spot where we feel we can give that good effort and compete at a high level in our conference.
Awesome. Well, it's been great talking to you, Coach. I wish you all the best this season with your baseball team.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Possibly the most electrifying finish to a track season in recent years was at the end of the 2023 Big West Championship, when the Cal State Fullerton men's team came from behind to win in the final stretch of the final race. Now in 2024, both men and women's teams arrive fueled and ready to go with much on the line. Reporter Jeffrey Morris has more.
Thanks, guys. Spring is fastly approaching, and your men's and women's track team are all ready to go. Your men's team is coming off their 3rd consecutive championship win under head coach Marcus Barroso. This year, they're looking to make that 4 as the season approaches.
Of course, we're always ready. We work out hard every day, 5-6 days a week. This is what they want. When the lights are on, we don't shy away from it. We want that. We want the pressure. We want people to know we're coming. And that's why we are so successful, is we're not afraid of going out there and giving it all. If we come up short, we come up short, but at least we know we went out there and tried our best.
This year should be full of excitement as we see the Titans defending their reigning championship spot and competing as the underdogs all in one season.
I think the expectation is always to go out there and work hard and try to do our best. I think that the guys and the girls, both teams, everybody wants to win. So that's the expectation. Run PRs, run for each other, just make sure we're doing the right things throughout the season.
With the men's team's success, a showcase of the track program's talent, it has been a goal to bring the women's team back to the top of the conference.
Yeah, to look out on the women's side, I would say our 400-meter group is really good. Our women's sprints, Trinity Barnett, our 100-meter school record holder and Big West champion, she's looking in great sprint form already, so I'm looking for her to repeat. New additions, Grace Goldsworthy from Colorado State, the transfer, her leadership, where she's been in her career and how she's already helping the girls focus and, elevating their talent. Looking forward to that group and, definitely both of our relays. So just excited for that. Fullerton's on the come up. Look out for us. and don't ever sleep on us.
Make sure to keep up with the teams and show your support. That's all from me, Jeffrey Morris. Back to you guys in the studio.
Still to come on our spring preview show, we'll take a look at the men's and women's golf teams as well as women's water polo.
And I'll sit down with Coach Kelly Ford of softball. Stay tuned.
College is a wonderful time in life, but I also remember how challenging it can be. Here at Cal State Fullerton, you're not alone. We proudly serve nearly 13,000 first-generation students and have been honored as a first-gen forward institution. We have an extensive support system that cares deeply about your success.
It's easy to play it safe, but that's not our story. Only the bold. It's our mission. A call for risk takers and change makers to shine. In the classroom, in the community, and in competition. Bold is our past, our future, our passion. Bold is the next level. The Big West, only the bold.
Welcome back to the Titan Sports Network Preview, Spring Sports Edition. My name is Marissa Lavazari.
And I'm Tegan Andrews, and we've enjoyed getting to hear what's in store for our baseball and track and field team. And now we have your Titans softball team. The softball team is gearing up to compete in another intense season as they battle to clinch an 18th Big West Championship title and secure a spot in the NCAA Division I softball tournament. The Titans finished the 2023 season at 34-21 overall and 20-7 in Big West play, losing the Big West title to Long Beach and falling to Auburn in the NCAA tournament 0-5. The addition of 5 underclassmen and 4 upperclassmen, along with some key returners like Megan Delgadillo, Bailey Wallace, Jessie Alcala, and Peyton Toto, bring nothing but excitement for the upcoming season. We are joined now by 5-time Big West Coach of the Year, 5-time Big West champion, Kelly Ford. Coach Kelly, thank you so much for joining us today in the studio.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This is exciting.
So we interviewed Coach Dietz, and he said that it's a great benefit and an advantage to have kind of that home field for the 2025 Big West Championship. Mm-hmm. Aside from gaining automatic NCAA D1 berth into that tournament, what are you most excited for?
You know, hosting a competitive tournament like that right before regionals is exactly what you want. You want to be challenged, and hopefully it replicates, regionals, so we get a feel of that, a do or die weekend. So I really look forward to the competitiveness of it. Of course, us hosting it is fantastic, and I really appreciate Jim Donovan's support on that, getting it here at Cal State Fullerton in softball for 2 years, and then year 3 at Long Beach State. It's an honor.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about some of the key returners and also some of the key newcomers that you have going on this year. Who's coming, who's leaving, who's coming back, and who are we adding onto the roster?
I have a fantastic leadership group in my seniors, and there's other exploding leaders and juniors and sophomores and freshmen, but I'm really leaning on my seniors. First one out of the chute, Megan Delgadillo. Cheese is her name, as everybody knows her, but she rehabbed back from ACL faster than I've ever seen an athlete do that. She'll be starting in center field and lead off for us. It's as if, she hasn't missed a beat. Her personality and just her presence, it's a game changer for our entire team. Hannah at third base, you got Toto, middle infield there. Just key returners. They're seasoned. Kika coming in has done majority DP and pinch hit her career. You're going to see her at first base, as Daisy graduated and moved on. You got Bailey in left field that has just a triple threat. It's got power to all fields and can play a little bit of the short game. We have another senior that transferred in, Sav, that is put up some great numbers at her previous institute, and Jess behind the plate. Just a lot of, experience, and I'm leaning on them. I'm leaning on them for the pulse of the team. What do we need? What do we need to do away with? And they're doing a fantastic job of giving me feedback.
Great. Speaking of leaning on some key people, the return of Gina Oaks Garcia. I know that she's a really key part of the coaching staff on this team. Just talk to me a little bit about what she means to this program.
Yeah, Coach, I went after her like 3 times in my career here at Cal State Fullerton. It just wasn't right timing for her. And this past summer, she had a son at baseball camp, a daughter at softball camp, and it was just after our assistant, Curly, took the job at San Diego State. Literally that morning, she's walking, I'm like, okay, is it the year? Because we're ready. And for the first time, she went, well, let's talk about this. And then from there, it was just history. She just brings so much of the Titan legacy with her. She, being an All-American, going to postseason play, I think every single one of her years, and her pro experience, international experience. She's just a competitor out there, and every single day, whether she's throwing front toss or she's working with the pitchers, she's in a game. I can barely get a word in edgewise when I need to ask her something during practice because she's so locked in. So she just really brings a standard.
Yeah, absolutely. And before I get into my final question, I kind of wanted to ask you a little bit about your guys' team retreat.
Sure.
Down to La Jolla. How was that for you? How was that for the players? How was that received overall?
This is something that we do every single year. We start out, we return to spring practice somewhere around January 8th, January 9th, and we take off on a retreat. We don't bring a glove, a ball, a bat. We just, and it's known as a mystery trip. They don't know where we're going. We've jumped on a train before. We've jumped on a ferry and gone to Catalina Island, headed to the mountains, but this time we went to the beach and just really spent time getting to know each other better. And, I think a team that can laugh together just is special. And this team, they're hilarious. And they can also cry together. Those, being vulnerable with your teammates and sharing more about you just builds that trust, that camaraderie, that chemistry that you want carrying onto the field. And I'm telling you, it was a huge shift from our fall Cal State Fullerton team to the spring Cal State Fullerton team. And I really hang a lot on our team bonding trip.
Yeah, that seemed great. The players were really excited about it.
Yeah, it's good to hear.
You've been here for 12 seasons now. What does elevating this program really mean to you?
That's funny that you use that word because they always tease me for saying elevate. I think it's my job to every year, and this is hard to hear, recruit players that are better than what we have. And as the same with staff. I have to surround myself with people that are better than me. And I feel like we all have our niche. And I'm just, very, very fortunate for our associate head coach, George Araujo, all that he brings. His niche is kind of defense and recruiting. He's so connected out there in the community. He's also the Mexican national team head coach, which is, super special for our program. Gina is just, really locked into the pitchers. And then Jamie Juarez, we now have a 4th paid full-time coach this year. She works with our hitters. And I'm like each and every one of their assistants out there on the field. I kind of do the big picture planning, but then I turn into their assistants. So I guess it comes back to me just going after, the top elite recruits across the country and, making sure I'm surrounding myself with a staff that is going to challenge me. And every day going to bring something new to the table or say, I don't like that the way that you run that drill. Let's try this. So that's what elevating the program means to me.
That's really great. It sounds like there's just no pride in there involved at all. You've been here for 12 seasons, but you still have a lot to learn from other people, from the people around you.
Yeah.
That's great to hear. Thanks so much for coming into the studio today and talking to us a little bit about the program.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, let's go out to the golf course to talk about, of course, women's golf. After breaking 2 program records, the women's program has been on a tear. Our very own Robbie Loya is on the green with the latest.
Thanks, Marissa. Thanks, Tegan. You guys are killing it in the studio. But right here, right where women's golf practices, really their main focus for them is getting better every single day. And we've seen it earlier this season, right? They have a new tournament record with 853 as a score. So with that, of course, they're getting better every single day. But also on top of that, something that they value the most is sisterhood. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Davina Zan and I'm on the women's golf team.
My name is Kaiser Landstrom.
And I wanted to come here and play in SoCal because obviously the weather's a lot nicer and you get more opportunities out here.
I really like Kat and like her program and what she presented to me. So yeah, that's why I chose to come here.
The team just get along really well, like we're all on each other's same wavelength. We all have good energy when we play, when we lift, when we practice. We just bond really well together.
This team has a lot of potential, I think, because we all want to get better. We all set goals for each season. We all support each other really well, which is different since we're like an individual sport.
I feel like people should follow the women's golf team because we have a lot of unrecognized talent.
I just feel like the whole game of golf has changed a lot and evolved, and especially women's golf.
And I feel like people kind of don't give golf the recognition it deserves. It's like a lot of time and skill goes into the game to be good and play at this level.
That's a really good reason to start watching or keep watching us play. Yeah.
5 years ago, I got a call from Coach Jason Drotter of the Fullerton men's golf team. And my reaction was, what's Cal State Fullerton and why would I even want to go here? I had no idea about this gem of a school down here in Orange County. But I took a visit. I came down, I wanted to see what the school was about, I wanted to see what the coach was about, and I kid you not, 30 seconds after that meeting, I walked back into his office and I committed.
30 seconds. I mean, sometimes athletes go back and forth on what school they want to commit to, but it took you less than a minute. What happened?
Yeah, I had a flight to Dallas the next day and I canceled it. I felt that Coach Drotter had the same raw determination for winning and passion that I had, and I saw that in him and I saw that in me. And something about his ability, and something he said to me was, I'm here to produce not only phenomenal athletes, but also phenomenal men of character. And to me, that was really impactful. And to my mom, that was really impactful. So that was the moment that we decided to commit. Earlier this month, we had a chance to sit down with Coach Drotter and talk about his program. Let's see what this season has to offer. Reviewing the team's recent performance, there's a sense of achievement in the air. Coach Drotter points towards a positive collective buy-in and self-awareness of the players.
But we certainly played very solid this fall, and I feel like we're on the right track. I feel like the guys have bought in. I think they know where their weaknesses are.
But a recent competition left a mark, and Coach reveals insights identifying a specific area for improvement.
We lost the Big West Championship by 2 shots because we didn't make any putts. While it was good, we underachieved, and we underachieved because we didn't make putts. We jumped in and really worked hard on putting, and we'll continue to do so.
Looking forward, there's a shared vision of achieving something significant.
I think this team has the talent to get to nationals. I believe that. I don't think we've performed at that level yet, but I believe this team is one of my most talented teams that I've ever had.
The coach hints at an untapped potential, setting the stage for what might unfold in the upcoming season.
I feel like I've got 4 guys that can win a tournament at any given time. And I feel like, when you're in that position, then your goals are, you can set high, lofty goals.
Coach's confidence in specific players aligns with the team's aspirations, setting the tone for what lies ahead.
I think this team can get to nationals. That's what I want to get done this year.
A clear objective emerges. The coach's determined spirit on a particular milestone reflects the team's shared ambitions for the future.
Now, Tegan, we saw men's golf just now, and we saw a couple of familiar faces in that video. First, I want to talk about Harry Doig. He was your former teammate last year, but now he returned this season as an assistant coach. What was that like for you, going from being a teammate to now him coaching you?
Yeah, Coach Doig, if I called him Coach Doig, he would laugh his butt off. But no, he's really a player at his heart. I don't think anybody will ever see him as anything different. But it's a good thing because he's also taken on the responsibility of the assistant coach's role very seriously, more than any other assistant coach we've had in the last 4 years. So it's really cool to see him take on that responsibility, but also just be one of the guys. And it feels very natural. It feels like we're all still a part of the team.
Well, as you mentioned before, a coach's influence on an athlete does make a lot of difference. It got you here in the first place, but also we saw Garrett Bowe and Trevor McNary in there. They're both in their final semester with this team. What does it mean for them as 5-year veterans to play this last season?
It's sad. They've been here for half a decade. They've been here as long as I've been here. It's been a real treat to play with them. It's been a real treat to kind of see how they've matured and grown, not only in their golf game, but also as human beings. They're the heart and soul of this team. This is their team. And I'm looking forward to trying to win a national championship with them this year.
And talking to both these golf coaches, they are in that mindset of both teams have what it takes to win this Big West championship. You're out there at the tournaments. What do you think has to happen for you guys to pull that off?
Honestly, our coaches said it since day one. We hit the tee shots like tour pros. We hit our long irons like tour pros. Our short game is kind of where we're weak. If we can get our putting together and sink some putts, and if we can stay sharp mentally, continue to work with our mental performance coach, Brian Kane, bring him into the loop, take everything he has for us, and it's a lot, seriously, I think we've got a real shot.
Awesome. Now, sit tight. You won't want to miss this. After the break, we are going to be talking about women's tennis and women's water polo's second year out at the pool.
Going live to camera 4 in 3, 2, 1. We're live. Go ahead and tell the party.
Hi, my name is Robbie Loya. I am a 4th year at Cal State Fullerton, majoring in communications, and I'm currently a play-by-play sports broadcaster and a director and producer for Titan Sports Network. What wanted me to get started with Titan Sports Network was just the ability to get more experience in the real world of the sports industry. It is a tough business to be a part of. You have so many schools in the Big West Conference and even NCAA that hire, third parties that do this professionally. We're here at Titan Sports Network. It's all about the students. The mentorship between Tim Jackson and Gail Brisbane has been unbelievable. They always talk to us. They always make us comfortable. What's so great is that they just want us to succeed. That's all it is. We're so young. We're students. We're college students. To be able to have that experience at such a young age is unbelievable. To say I could broadcast sports, to say I could produce direct games on ESPN+. It's huge.
Again, this is a situation that Cal State Fullerton has been in the confidence, right? You talk about on the fast break opportunity, fakes one, fakes another. Carper for a chance for 3, he connects!
Now with Titan Sports Network, I broadcasted over 100 Division I collegiate games here. It's so valuable that I could get one simple phone call, hey, we need someone to direct and produce. Can we do that, or can you do that? I can because of Titan Sports Network. And the big thing is to be a Titan, and that's to achieve the unachievable in my opinion. And it's the power that Cal State Fullerton brings, and that's what's so great about this school. That's what's so special, is that they go above and beyond to make sure that every student here at Cal State Fullerton, that they get the opportunity that they've always dreamed of. They work so hard for. It goes back to all the faculty and staff, the professors here at Cal State Fullerton. They give you that opportunity to succeed, and that is something that as myself as a Titan will never forget.
Championship mentality flows through the veins of every athlete on Fullerton's campus. For women's tennis player Josie Usero, she has redefined her game through tennis, the pressure to succeed, and the closeness she shares with her teammates for this upcoming season.
I've always been a competitive person. I've enjoyed, winning and competing, always giving my best.
Josie has all of that attributes. She is by herself a leader by action already. She definitely will just fit in to that leadership role really easily.
I do feel prepared to win this season because since the beginning I've been working really hard, and in cooperation with the coaches and the team, I feel we've made some great progress on things that I really needed to work on. And there's always a kind of a level of pressure. I feel like, it's a good pressure. It makes me want to elevate my game.
I want us to go out there and enjoy and just really try our best and see how everything will go.
I feel like we have a really good team in terms of the tennis, the friendship, and just we work well together. We all fit in, and I feel like we can all push each other and help each other when we're down and stuff. That's how we're gonna win the championship for sure.
You know, Marissa, it seems like one of the main things that tennis was looking to improve on last year was that doubles point. It's a big point, not only on paper, but also for momentum. And these girls struggled with that a lot last year. I got to witness it firsthand, but this year, even in their first event, they dominated. They came wire to wire in a couple of their matches, and it wasn't easy. The conditions were tough. It was a bit windy out there. But they prevailed. They came wire to wire. They won in the big moments. I don't think they dropped a point. They went 4-0 against Westcliff. They went 4-0 against Azusa Pacific. That's huge, and I'm excited to see if they can keep that up with the weeks to come.
Well, we heard Josie talk about not only how her game has improved, but also she talked about her teammates and what it means to kind of have that core group of girls out there competing together. Even though tennis can be an individual's game at sometimes, you still need that support from your teammates, which obviously we're already seeing make a difference.
Absolutely.
After an impressive 16-16 inaugural run by men's water polo in the fall, women's water polo is in search of a successful season of their own for their second year. In a year's time, head coach Kyle Witt went from searching for players on campus to form this 2023 team to having recruits flooding the pool deck. This season, it's all about team chemistry and bringing grit out to the pool. Let's take a look at what they have in store this season.
Okay, my name is Hayden. I am a junior, I think, and I'm a goalie on the women's water polo team. And my name is Scout. I'm also a junior here at Cal State Fullerton, and I'm an attacker on the women's water polo team. We've been playing together for a long time. We started playing basketball together when we were real little, maybe, how old do you think we were? Second grade. So we played basketball all throughout like our early childhood and into high school, and then we started playing water polo in high school. We moved down here, played at Long Beach City College, and then found out Fullerton was starting a team and decided to transfer. I think for me, playing with her is something that I wanted to keep doing for as long as I could, especially with having her in goal. It's just kind of reassuring to have that voice that I know. So what she's directing me on defense and stuff, it's more comforting, and I have a lot of trust in her. I think in any team in general, you have to have a lot of trust in your teammates, and for me, that's something that I think is super important. For instance, last season was the first time that we had a team, so we went through so much together, so many highs and lows, and so many brand new experiences for pretty much everyone on the team. And that built a lot of trust, knowing that your teammate is going to be there, knowing they're going to get that shot block, knowing that they're going to, put the pass right where it needs to be. I think that is a huge part of a really good team dynamic. I think we're getting better with our culture and our closeness. It's a big change in terms of team size. Last season, our team was pretty small, and it's doubled this season. So I think that in terms of our dynamic and our culture this season, this team is getting a lot closer. It helps that we're practicing so much in the preseason, and we do a lot of team bonding and just trying to hang out as a team outside of practice. So to get our first conference win would be huge, especially as a program that's only in its second year. I think that's a very realistic goal too, looking at how we've been playing over these past scrimmages. So I would just like to take the opportunity to be grateful for the opportunities that we have had and the ability to keep playing together. I'm super thankful that Cal State Fullerton decided to bring women's water polo, and I'm grateful to Coach Kyle in recruiting us and bringing both of us here.
First of all, Marissa, this women's team had a phenomenal showing in their second weekend, 14-3 against Cal Lutheran, just phenomenal performance. But it just seemed like a different team than last year. This is their second year in the program. The way they jumped into the water was different. The way that the presence of the pool was just, it was feeling different. It was giving off of a type of vibe that I haven't seen from a second year program before. They looked like seasoned veterans, and they looked fearless.
Well, talking with Coach before and after games, he's talked about how this team isn't they don't fear going out and competing against opponents, whether they go into this game saying, chances are we're going to lose, or chances are we have a really good chance to win. They don't have any fear. They're fearless, and that's what it takes to go out and fight every single game.
Yeah, absolutely. And Cal State Fullerton is, there's no getting around it. We're a commuter school, right? And I have to shout out the men's water polo team as well. That you said they went 16-16 last year. They're going up against some of the toughest opponents in not only the Big West, but in the nation. This is a first-year team. They've been here for less than a year. The spirit that this team brings to every other game that's being played in this school, not just their own, but they come and support basketball. They come and support softball. They've come and support volleyball last year. We were in the stands with all of them, and the spirit that they have, the determination they have to cheer on their teams from the side, just to bring up a bar of excellence in what it means to be a Titan. I've never seen anything like it, especially from a first-year team. There's some guys in that team that are really changing what it means to be an athlete at this school, and I'm all here for it, and I'm ready to set the bar with them.
Well, I like that you say that because it's both men's and women's water polo, and I think Coach Witt has done a great job at defining what the culture is for this program, and I think that we see that out at different sporting events. Every team on here has their own little fan club of these water polo athletes, and I think that's amazing, and it makes it so fun to actually go out to their games and support them and cheer them on because it is a new program. There's going to be trials and errors, but they're doing a great job, and it's so fun to watch them.
They truly are. It's an honor to be a part of it.
Tegan, I think it's safe to say that these athletes have already built a name for themselves on this campus, and Titans Water Polo is here to stay. I'm Marissa Lavazari.
And I'm Tegan Andrews.
Thank you for joining us for the newest edition of the Titans Sports Network's Spring Preview Show. Be sure to tune in and keep up with all of our teams this season.
And be sure to follow Titan Sports Network on X, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn.
Get your phone cameras ready. Here is a QR code that will link you to a complete calendar of our spring schedules. Make sure to come out and support your Titans. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Until next time.